Hello, good evening, good morning, good night, whichever it may be. Welcome to Sleepless Rambles. Let me get started with a little bit of a life update. So, I don't like making excuses for not putting out videos, so, there isn't really one. I got kind of sick, so we're gonna leave it at that. I don't really have much else than that. So I'm sorry I didn't get a video out. I apologize. I didn't really want to put out a community post that made you guys worry. All it was a bit of a messed up throat. Couldn't really talk too well. Couldn't do the voices. That's all. But we're getting back on it. If all goes well, you should be getting a video on this Friday and hopefully Sunday. Hopefully, if all works out. If not, I'll try and get you this one this week and then the next one next week. I'm probably going to start putting out polls for videos from now on, seeing as I never know what to do. I know a lot of people want Monster Hunter Part 3, a lot of people, well, I don't know how many people want anything. That's why I want to do polls. It is cold today out here. But back on topic. Yeah, we're going to start doing polls. That way I can put all my energy into one video a week, hopefully. And start working on one from the beginning of the week to the end of the week, and little by little, instead of having to try and work on multiple videos at the same time. But yeah, now that I can do the voices again, we'll get it on the road, get this show on the road again. Sorry for not getting a video out last week, I apologize. So yeah, not really much else to say on life other than that. I mean, I guess looking for opportunities here and there, you know, as we all do. So there's that constant. Yeah. Oh, back on the energy drinks. not as common, just every now and then. So if you hear me drinking something, that's what I'm drinking. Sorry. I stopped for about a week, and then I was like, I didn't really feel a difference either way. But I don't drink caffeine as much anymore, so that's good. I'm not drinking it daily. I'm not drinking over a certain amount, so that's definitely helped with sleep scheduling and everything. Now, the name, it does say Sleepless Rambles, and today was one of those days, but that's okay, because I've been sleeping well. I've been getting over 8 hours. I've been getting 8 hours, some days 10 hours, some days 5 hours. It just depends, but I've been sleeping, just not always at the same time. Sleep schedule's off, but sleep isn't off, if that makes sense. Like, when I'm sleeping changes, but I am sleeping. Doing the things, you know, all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, I've been okay, just resting up, you know. I didn't want to worry anybody, so I didn't put a notice out. So, if it would help in the future to put a notice out, I can. I just don't know how many people like that cluttering their feed. So I don't do a lot of updates and use the community tab so much. But, I mean, if you guys like memes, I mean, I probably have enough memes to do that on here in the community tab, but I don't know. I mean, could do that. If you guys like memes, I'll try and figure out how to use Twitter, and I guess post memes on Twitter for you guys, and y'all can tell me what y'all would like to see next and stuff. I don't know what everyone likes to see and this and that. I don't even know how to use Twitter, if I'm being honest. But yeah. But I hope you guys have been, guys, gals, and everyone in between. I hope everyone's been doing well. But I would love to hear how y'all have been doing in the comments. I do like that interaction with you guys. Sorry I'm not as active, and sorry I give everybody hearts and stuff. I just like to let y'all know that I appreciate all the comments. There's no bot, there's no anything like that. It's me looking through all the comments. If I don't heart your comment, I'm sorry. I don't heart all of them, but I'm sorry if it's not as, you know, special as like, oh, I only heart this one or this one. I don't think I've ever pinned a comment, so I mean, I know there's like 3 or 4 of y'all that are always on there, and I always look for y'all. But y'all have been there since like the beginning. Jeez. But I'm not saying I have favorites. All I'm saying is, oh jeez, I shouldn't have brought this up. All I'm saying is that some of y'all pop up a bit more than others, and that's just because y'all have been there longer. But yeah, I see the same names. I do pay attention to who's commenting, and it does stick with me. Although I am a forgetful person, so I apologize if I don't notice everyone right away. But I do love it whenever I get repeat comments from people. Like, I've seen you here, seen you there, like, just over the time. It's awesome to know that y'all have stuck around and continue to support the channel just by enjoying the content. I'm happy to have built the community here. And we're almost at 4K, jeez. Gonna have to start thinking about what to do for 4K. I didn't do anything really for 3K even, but I mean, let me know. I'll try my best to get whatever going. Like, I will give it my best shot to get whatever going. I don't have much, but I do have a little bit saved up from YouTube if I needed to try and get into that to get something going we could see, but the most I can think of is maybe making an attempt to stream, but I don't even think I have enough saved up for that. It's not a lot, it's a very small amount of money, like, not enough to do that, like, because I would have to get stuff wired. I mean, well, heck, is it that much different from an AC system? I don't know. I could make an attempt, but I doubt that I would be able to stream on my own. It would most likely be like me talking to one of my buddies, and they stream for me, and basically we hang out and play co-op game type thing. That's the only solution I have right now available until I get a little more going for me. And that's not y'all's fault, that's just I don't have the resources for it at the moment. Not begging or nothing, just saying how it is. And that ain't nobody's fault. I'm just working on it, you know? We getting there. Sorry if I laugh a lot. I know it's a weird thing to apologize for. It's like, oh dang, sorry for being happy, but no, it's a bit of a nervous tick. I laugh when I'm happy, I laugh when I'm nervous, I laugh when I'm sad. I laugh all the time. It feels good to laugh, okay? I love making people happy, I love making people laugh. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not taking a hiatus, I'm not doing anything like that. Not unless something really bad happens, and I'll let you know beforehand, but I don't plan on taking one. I got enough of a break last week, even though I was due to my throat being too sore to do anything. But that is okay. That was a break. It counts. We back. CiderVA is coming back. So, yeah, for those of y'all who watch these, y'all are amazing. To those of y'all who don't watch these, y'all are also amazing. I think all my subscribers are amazing, so thank y'all. I don't really have a huge topic for this one, other than kind of like updates and what's going on, and kind of starting to think about 4K, because it's like 100 subs away, if I'm not mistaken. We're at like 3.9, just, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Did not expect to make it that far. I know I always say that. I know it's a cliche thing to say, but it's true. It's like, ooh, jeez, this is kind of, ooh, how'd this happen? But, I'm grateful to each and every one of y'all. Yeah, I wish I could put out more content. Like, I wish I could keep that same steamroll pace that we kept at, like, the end of last year. November, start of October, November, December, we were putting out 2 videos a week. That was crazy. And it was like character video, ramble video, character video, ramble video. And that was chugging along, man. That was like steamroller pace for me. I mean, I was having fun, but that took a lot. It took a lot out of me real quick. So whenever I came into the new year, I was coming in and I was like, coming in the new year sick. I actually lost a week. Coming into the new year, it's like, oh, it's taking a break. It's like, no, I was sick. But yeah, but that's okay. I made the most of that kind of break. But yeah. What's going on? I mean, I'm trying to think of topics as well, because I know some of you all like to watch these to just relax and kind of have something going in the background. So I guess I could tell you about some stuff that's going on. I planted some potatoes in some buckets, and those are doing pretty good. I don't know if I ever talked about potatoes on this channel. Might have in the first one of these ramble videos. But I've been trying to grow potatoes for a little over 2 years. Off and on, not like consistently, but the last year I got kind of more serious about it. Not like in a bad way, just like, hey, I have a lot of free time, let me try, you know? And so I've been trying, and the last harvest I did was really small. Like, they were really small potatoes, but I was like, hey, let me take some of these and try and replant them. So I did, and it's really cool. You can just go to your grocery store and... Now, this isn't legal advice or anything, because I don't know if you can sell those or not, if you're planning on doing that, but if you're just planning on eating them, like me, I'm just doing it for fun. And if I can eat them, that's cool. Save some grocery bills, you know. But I just went to the grocery store, got a bag of russets, and sometimes russets, the reason I like potatoes and russets and even sweet potatoes is they are hardy, and they put a chemical on them called sputicide usually, and it stops them from growing. But potatoes are, even though they have sputicide on them sometimes, there's just so much demand right now for potatoes. or I guess that's just all the time because it's been working for a while. But yeah, you can just take them from the grocery store, and you just you can cut them in half. I've seen people do that. They cut them in half and put some activated charcoal, which you can really just get, if I remember correctly, you can just have a bonfire and then take the ash from that and put it on the bottom of the potatoes, and it'll help feed it. But you wait for them. You can just leave them in the bag or use them, and if you don't get through all of them, some of them will develop spudding, which are those little white things, and then they turn green, and they look like roots, because they are roots. And you put the potato into some water, and this is where you can cut them in half and put the bombs and the cut part in the water if you want, but I usually just put the whole potato in. I don't cut it. And then once that's ready, I take a pound bag of dirt. I think it's like a 5-pound bag, and I put them in a planter. But you can put them in a 5-gallon bucket. And what I do is I pour about half the bag in, and then a little more than half, and then I pour the bag in, put the potatoes in. I put about 2 to 3. You don't really want to put more than that in a 5-gallon bucket. 2 in a 5-gallon bucket is pretty good for a russet potato, which is a large potato. You can probably get away with more if you use the halves, but it's about grow space, because they're going to grow big if you leave them in there long, and if you have 2 in there, they're going to grow about 8 to 12, or anywhere from 6 to 12 spuds is what I've heard. And by spuds, I mean actual potatoes are going to grow off of them. So anywhere from like 6 to 12 or 8 to 12, something like that. And they'll be of varying sizes, but you want them to have room to grow and not compete with each other and try to kill each other. So yeah, because I think they will actually try and kill each other if they're too close, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But then you have smaller species of potatoes like red potatoes and purple potatoes. Purple potatoes are cool. They grow in South America. I believe it is Peru and some other South American countries like that, but high altitude generally. I think it's been a while, but those are cool. I've never grown those, but I've always wanted to grow red potatoes, purple potatoes. They have white potatoes. I believe those are Japanese breed, but I'm not sure. And then sweet potatoes, I'm trying my second attempt at growing sweet potatoes. And one of them is growing. I didn't have room for the other one, so I'm gonna have to throw that in a bucket. I should have it laying around somewhere, but I'm gonna get on that because it's ready to go in too, and so are some of these other potatoes that I did the same thing with. And I'll see how those grow, but this current batch I have about 3 planters, 2 each, so that should be about, if everything goes well, at the low end, 6, 12. I'm really bad at math, by the way. But maybe 34-ish, around there. Yeah, at the low end, if everything goes well and I get good potatoes out of them, because you can get good ones, bad ones. It's probably going to be lower than that. Honestly, I would be happy with anywhere from 10 to 20 potatoes. I would be happy with 5 potatoes. If I get any usable potatoes out, I'll consider that a successful experiment, you know. Yeah, it's been a bit cold here lately, so I had to put plastic over them, and I wasn't before, but I'm noticing that they are greatly benefiting from the greenhouse effect that the plastic is giving them. So I think next course of action is to build a greenhouse. And it's like, yeah, hey, Cider, you know, that's kind of common, right? That plants tend to do well in a greenhouse. It's like, yeah, I know, it's just, I haven't. My attempts at greenhouses have been, well, they've been kind of, you know, not so good. I've even tried making the greenhouse boxes. I'm just bad at it, so I want to get some PVC and make one, and just put it together with some PVC tubing as a skeleton for it. Should do well. Should do fairly well. But yeah, potatoes doing good. And then I got a aloe vera plant, and that's doing pretty good. It's just that they take forever to grow. They just do. From what I've noticed, like, from the one I have, I mean, we got when I was like little, and it's taken quite a while to get to this point, but maybe I'm just not used to seeing plants grow. Maybe they do grow slow, maybe they don't, I don't know. Am I passionate about it? I don't know. I don't. It's hard to take care of plants, especially whenever it's like, that's a living thing you have to take care of. It's stressful a little bit, you know. It's like, oh no, I didn't water them. But I've noticed that the greenhouse actually helps me not have to. It's not even a greenhouse, I'm just throwing plastic over them right now as is, and they're doing better than they were because they're getting heat, they're getting enough sun, they're doing their whole photosynthesis thing. They're doing real well. But also, the plastic is so close to them right now, and right now they're small, so it's fine. But right now they can sit in there, and the moisture goes back in, so it just gets reabsorbed. So I don't have to water them as much. I left them without water for about 4 days. I checked, and they're fine. So I don't have to water them every 2 days or anything like that. In fact, I think that's a lot for potatoes. You don't need to water them that much, from what I've heard. Just natural rain and this and that'll help them out too. You don't have to do much for potatoes. So if you're gonna start with something, potatoes kind of easy. As far as crops, like actual food-bearing crops, I've heard potatoes are pretty easy. I've heard spinach is really easy. Spices or seasonings are really, really good things to try, like parsley, cilantro, all that. Mint leaves. I've heard all those little microgreens are really easy to grow and really good to have. So if I was to start somewhere, I'd probably start with those, because you can get little greenhouse kits and just plant those, except I would get what are they called? Not the seeds that you get from like Home Depot and stuff like that, or Walmart or whatever. I would go with the seeds that are, heirloom seeds, yes. Because you can replant those generally. Like once they grow and keep going, I mean, if they keep going, that's good, but if they like produce seeds of any sort, you can take clippings and replant those, I've heard. But they just keep producing. Their heirloom seeds are called that because they come from a lineage of plants that are known producers and keep producing. And that's why they're called heirloom seeds, if I'm remembering correctly. Like I said, none of this is like entirely factual, it's just I'm going off of things I kind of remember. So it's very general, very broad understandings of it, and like I can't go into detail with any of it because I don't know enough. So don't take it as fact. If you're interested, do a bit of research. That's what I recommend. But yeah, microgreens, spinach, parsley, mint, and there's others. I've heard that chili peppers, jalapenos, all that. All those things, easier to grow. I've tried growing bell peppers, they didn't do too well. I got one tiny misshapen bell pepper off mine. But then again, I didn't order heirloom seeds. I went with like those seed packets you can get, and I was starting out and it wasn't very good. I wasn't doing too well. I think I overwatered them, underwatered them. It was a constant cycle of too much water and not enough water, you know. I found with the small plants, if you just take a little spray bottle and spritz them every now and then, they're pretty good. As long as you just moisten it and keep it like that and don't let it dry out, you're good. You don't need to flood the enclosure, you know. And put them in a little greenhouse and they'll do really good. Those little greenhouses are pretty good as long as you have a space for them and the plants don't grow too tall. But if they start growing too tall, then you have to relocate them, type thing. So yeah. I tried modifying the little greenhouse to make it bigger with saran wrap and stuff, and it was a mess. I'm sure you can do it, but I wasn't very good at it. In fact, I don't even know where it is anymore. Pretty sure it's trashed now because I didn't take care of it. But yeah. So yeah, hopefully this season I can get some potatoes. Substitute. So, or not substitute, but what is it called? Supplement the grocery bill with that. So instead of having to buy new potatoes, I can get a good harvest one of these days and use those and keep it going, you know. So hopefully, I mean, I don't know, you never know, could be cool. So yeah, a bit of a ramble session this time, and a bit of a life update. Oh, excuse me. A bit of a life update video as well. So yeah, I hope this video is enough for today. I'm gonna keep going a little bit longer, but all I'm saying is I hope this video is acceptable for today, and I can get y'all a character video on Sunday, hopefully, if everything works out. I am going to say that I'm probably going to do Wendell or Pierce for that video, because those are the ones I've been thinking about the most while recovering, since I asked, and that was what people said, or that was what was left as a comment, was those two, and I've been wanting to do a video with them soon anyways. And but also I've been thinking about Timothy, doing a video for Timothy, so it's gonna be one of those three. If you don't remember Timothy, he was the guild clerk. And the listener and Timothy formed a party at the end. More of a D&D themed video, but should be fine. So one of those three is most likely for Sunday, if everything works out, and if not, then that week it would be out. Yeah, those are the likely candidates for the coming character video. And then I do plan on trying to get a get the Monster Hunter Part 3, because that has been forever. I have not done one, and it needs to be done, because that story is on a cliffhanger right now. Not even a cliffhanger, just like, oh my gosh, they're right there, they're halfway there. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get that one going again. So I'll try to get that one moving soon. Hopefully either this month or next month. I know it's been forever, but hopefully we can get it done before this channel's been up a year. So hopefully this month we can get that going and finish off, or at least get to a good break point with that story, to where it's like, okay, good, something happened with it, you know. So we'll see. That's my goal, is to finish or get to a stopping point on the Monster Hunter series. Or as I like to joke about it, Arthur Morgan finds a werewolf or something. I don't know. I've seen a lot of Red Dead 2 references in the comments about it, so that's probably because I started off that character as I was going to do a Red Dead Redemption video, like one of those character videos. I was gonna try and actually make a Arthur Morgan video, but it just never happened. Plus, I never played the game, so I played the first one. I didn't play the second one, so I wouldn't know enough about his actual character to actually do one. I just know I can do a similar-ish voice, and could try and do one. I mean, I think it would be fun. I don't know. Maybe for... Maybe that'll be a video sometime. Just not anytime soon. Maybe for one of those April Fool's videos. I don't know. Because there were like 2 or 3 videos I planned for that. Or not planned, but kind of just like threw around in my head a bit, like kind of thinking about it. So yeah, that'll be interesting. But yeah, those are my plans. That's a bit of an update, bit of a rambling about potatoes and other plants. Yeah, let me know how y'all have been. I always like hearing about that. I mean, generally I like good news. Like, I don't like hearing bad news per se, but if you haven't been good, then I hope things go better for you, you know? That's all. It's like, I like hearing y'all's successes and stuff, and it's like, hey, like, this is going on, but like this and that. I mean, life happens. It's not all sunshines and rainbows. So I get that, but if you got any news y'all want to share, go for it in the comments. I mean, I read them all. Or I do my best to read them all. Generally, I read every one. I read about 90% of the comments at least. Probably a higher percentage than that. I don't want to be like, oh, I read and memorize all the comments. I do go back and look at them though. Because, yeah. I do like interacting with my community. But if I don't reply to a comment, I do apologize. It's just that I'm not used to the whole replying comments thing, in all honesty. But I'll try to reply to the questions more whenever they come up, so I'll try to be better about that. And if y'all want to know, if y'all want more updates, like it's like, hey, I'm sick, so no video this week, let me know. I'll do that if that's something that would make y'all feel better, like to know the updates on things, like what's going on, why there's might be a video or no video, stuff like that. And if y'all want more polls on videos like weekly, we can do that too. So you can do that. I do like the recommendations y'all put out as well, so y'all have some really good ideas as well. So if y'all want to do like polls, we could do those, and we could do like what you would like to see next and stuff like that. So just let me know. I'm always open to those types of comments. Those are always very helpful. So yeah, I think at 34, probably gonna hit 35 minutes. I think that's where we should end this. So yeah, thank y'all for everything. And before this gets too long, I'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a wonderful day, morning, night, or afternoon, whichever it may be. Thank you for joining me on Sleepless Rambles. See you in the next one.